Junior Guard Jalen Rucker. Jalen, good win. Seemed like it was a defensive struggle today. You really played good defense in the second half.
Yes, sir. It's a pretty ugly game. Teams weren't making a lot of shots. I don't know if that's credited to the defense or what, but that was one of our focuses coming into this game. I feel like in the last two games against Navy and Colgate, our defense wasn't really consistent at times, so we just wanted to be more consistent with our ball pressure today, take away threes from them. I think we did a pretty decent job.
Yeah, second half, you were driving to the basket. You made three layups that way. Why did you decide to do that?
I wasn't really getting any looks from outside because they were mixing up their defense with 2-3 zone and man-to-man. So we just wanted to try to get stops and push the ball as fast as possible.
Very good. And you were getting some help from Jared Cross. Had the two nice threes from the left corner.
Yeah, two big shots.
And Charlie Peterson had a nice move inside in the paint when you needed the points, and he got 8 rebounds for you tonight.
Absolutely. Both those guys are veterans. They've been in these type of games before, and we needed them down the stretch.
How was it today? You're coming off of 2 losses. You really wanted to get a win, I'm sure. How did you approach prep for this game?
Coach brought us in on what's today? Saturday? Yeah, Thursday. Coach brought us in on Thursday and just said we're basically in a good spot. We're in 4th place right now. We still got a chance to do some things that we talked about before the season. Still got a chance to make a playoff run. So with these last 3 games, just kind of give it our best shot. Make sure we leave the game with no regrets, and I think that's what we did today.
Wait, you got 2 more games left. You got your senior day on coming up next week. What are you going to focus on the last 2 games?
I think it's just setting the tone defensively and setting the tone as the aggressor from the tip. I think when we do that, we put ourselves in a position, to make shots down the stretch, and also just kind of play the game at our pace. And we're not really on our heels; we're setting the pace of the game.
Okay, very good.
Thank you,
Gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Army Guard Jalen Rucker.
Thank you.
And Jalen Rucker had 16 points on the game. Colton Benson 5, Ethan Roberts 7, Charlie Peterson 4, Chris Mann had 6. Jared Cross, who we said had 2 threes late in the game that really helped keep Army ahead at 6 points. And Abe Johnson had 5. Army struggled a little bit from the free throw line. They were 50%, 8 of 16, but they got 37 rebounds. For our Army coach, Jimmie Allen. Looks like he's coming in right now.
Gentlemen.
Coach, seemed like you played really solid defense in the second half that kept you ahead.
Yeah, I thought the whole game, they had 10 points with like a minute and a half left, and they scored 5 points in the last minute of that first half, and they were kind of silly mistakes on our part in transition. But I thought in the first half that they missed some open shots, but I thought in the second half we did a much better job of just continuing to pressure them. We wanted to, they're I think they're number 1 in the country in terms of points that they score from the 3-point line. So like almost 50% of their points this year have come from the 3, and so that was a big emphasis for us coming into the game, was try to limit their threes. They still got 30 up, but they shot 20%. So I think that that we struggled on the defensive glass a little bit because of some lineups that we were playing to really take away the 3. But I thought our guys battled, and just an ugly basketball game, and there's a lot of ugly basketball games this time of year, and the teams that end up on top are the ones that just continue to play through some frustrating moments, and I thought our guys really did that tonight.
Jalen was in and talked about, you brought the team in on Thursday, talked to him after they were coming off the 2 losses. What did you say, and how did you approach this game?
Well, I mean, again, I think this time of year, so much of it is how do you manage the mental side of it? How do you manage the mental stress? How do you, what's your perspective on things? And what I told them was, you look at the standings in our league. We're 8-7 going into today's action. We were one game out of second place, and you play the games the way that they come on the schedule. But had we come back from BU on Wednesday and had won that game and we're 8-7, you feel a little bit different. And so just trying to understand that, like, we were 8-7, now we're 9-7 for a reason, because we played really, really good basketball, and just trying to stay focused on the job that we have to do, and focused on the process, and not focused on it, the results necessarily, but trying to get better every game. And I thought our guys were really able to internalize that, and I just thought our energy was really good tonight.
In the second half, Jalen was going into the basket down lane. He was getting set up on some passes, but he was able to finish the plays.
No, he did a good job of getting to the rim. We haven't seen a lot of zone. They played some zone when we got up, I think 25-10, and it just kind of stopped us because we haven't played against it a ton. We've got some guys that can really shoot it. I thought it got us out of rhythm a little bit, and it just took us a while to kind of find that rhythm back, and I thought we did in the second half. And also sometimes when you have a lead, you can be a little tentative, and I thought there were moments where we were a little bit tentative, and we just eventually, I thought, got through that. And I thought Jared Cross had 2 monster threes for us. And he's a guy that can really shoot it, doesn't always look for a shot, and I was really proud of him tonight of just being aggressive and looking for that shot.
And your big players, Charlie Peterson, had made a couple of nice plays, a strong defense. Also, Abe Johnson on defense.
Yeah, I mean, those guys have been so consistent all year, and and even Matt was able to give us a couple minutes there and knock down a free throw, and that's what we want. We're very fortunate that we've got 3 junior post players who are all very established. They've all played a lot of minutes, and they can give us some different things at different times, and we needed all 3 of them to give us something different.
It is a development. Ethan Roberts, 7 points on it, but making plays. But he was able to be in and pass off to other players tonight.
Yeah, and honestly, Ethan. I mean, you look at his stat line: 7 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. What doesn't show up is the job that he did on Leo O'Boyle, and some other guys that were coming into the game. A lot of different guys had to guard him, but I would say Ethan guarded O'Boyle the majority of the time, and he's a terrific player, and I thought did a good job of just limiting his really good looks from 3.
And you got 2 more on your schedule. You got senior night against Boston University on Wednesday, and you go up to Holy Cross. What are you going to work on the last 2 games?
Just sticking with what we're doing and continuing to try. At this point of the year, I told our guys, you're not going to see a lot of different schemes and actions. You've played everybody. It comes down to a couple things. It comes down to that one-on-one battle offensively and defensively, and can you win that battle? It comes down to your team's connectedness, and then how can you find small gains? Can you eliminate a couple of turnovers that that we've had, and can we eliminate a couple defensive mistakes that we've had? And if you do that, I mean, it's about inches right now, and we just got to keep finding those inches.
Any special preparation for the conference tournament?
No, not yet. I mean,
Got a week.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
Cool, we're all good.
Okay.
That's the last one, right? Oh.